In today's video, we're going to go over shifting stances, but we're going to break it down so you've got something actionable that's easy to start with without worrying about crossing your feet. So the first thing we're going to do is start off in a southpaw stance. We're going to throw that cross, and then when we throw our hook, we're slightly going to readjust our feet so we end up in an orthodox position on the other side of the bag. So to begin with, I'm going to throw that cross, I'm going to throw that hook and slightly shuffle round. So now I'm in an orthodox position. And then I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So I throw my cross, I throw my hook, and slightly shift across my feet. To begin with, if you want to do this without punching, you can start, for example, in your southpaw stance. Now, I'm facing the bag with it in front of me. If I move diagonally to my right, all I've got to do is change my torso position to shift my stance. So I move diagonally to the right, and now all of a sudden, by changing my torso, I'm now orthodox. Again, I can shift backwards. I'm going to push off this outside leg, and all of a sudden now I'm southpaw. So southpaw, orthodox. Southpaw, orthodox. When I do this, sometimes it's a good habit to get used to switching how far that lead hand is away from your face. So for example, I'm going to focus just on the hands now. I'm in southpaw. My lead hand is slightly closer to the target. It's not on my face. And as I swap my stance, so I'm going to push off this back leg to shuffle around, or I can have it as a mini pivot off this front leg. So I'm going to push. Notice how now my left hand is out. I'm going to push back. Now my right hand's out. So all I'm doing is sliding. And in theory, these steps don't even have to be this big. The next thing we're going to look at is we're going to do that with punching. So we're going to use that cross. I'm not actually going to hit the bag to save your ears from the sound for a second. So I'm going to throw that cross. As I throw that hook, it's a slight repositioning of the feet. And then I'm ready to throw that left hook and that right hand. So it's going to be straight, cross. In fact, this is where drills help, because your brain ends up moving too quickly, or your hands end up moving too quickly for your brain. I'll mess that up a little bit. So it's going to be your straight, then it's going to be two hooks, but they're coming from different fighting positions. So I'm going to straight, I'm going to throw that right hook and reposition my feet. Then it's going to be a left hook and a straight right. Okay, so watch carefully, and then I'm going to show you the reverse. Another thing that's important is I don't smother my own work. So for example, when I throw that cross, this hook here, I still need to get far away enough for the bag to throw my hook and then to throw that cross. Otherwise, this second cross ends up being a really short right hand, which isn't going to do much damage. So I'm going to show you again. So I'm going to go one step at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's cross, shuffle across the hook, left hook, straight right. So I'm still creating space for that straight right at the end. Now I'm going to show you in real time. I'll go one way and then I'm going to work it back. Now I'm going to work it back. So again, same repositioning of the feet. Straight right, shuffle across with that hook, right hook, straight left. We're really going to emphasize good defensive mechanics. So as I throw that cross, I'm protecting the chin. As I throw that hook, I'm protecting the chin, chin, chin. Let's try it again. And one more time, putting it all together. So this bag is your opponent. Because we are throwing opposite hand combinations, but they're coming from different foot positions. Firstly, it can disguise the stance switch very good. If it was easy enough to spot the stance switch, you probably didn't need it. Secondly, you then have different exit routes and different counters available to you when your opponent bites on the shot. One last time. Notice how I create space for this cross to be a fully extended cross. If needs be, I can then get distance on my opponent to disengage. What I don't want is to sell myself short where I'm now performing that cross with a bent arm. So this is what that mistake would look like. Oh, even trying to do it wrong. So here, I've not created enough distance. I want to be hit. Last one. Hope you found this useful. If you have, drop me a like, comment, subscribe, message, whatever platform. Thanks very much.